Now, I'm no fashion expert, but what the? So way back when I first started making these films at the beginning of the year, there was one of my favorite thrift stores was losing the lease on their building. So they shut down, they had this big sale. It was in a bunch of my videos and they pretty much clearanced everything out. And they were trying to find a new location, and the manager took my number. He said he was going to call all the regulars if they found the spot, and I never heard from them. And I Googled it, every now and then to see if anything came up, and I couldn't find anything. So yesterday when I was in Goodwill, I saw one of the guys that I see everywhere, and I asked him, I said, do you ever know what happened to them? He said, yeah, they got a place, and he gave me the location, and it happens to be like 1.5 miles from one of the other thrift stores I always go to. So I'm excited to go see how the new place is. I liked it. Their prices were very low. Clothing wasn't so great, but they were good for finding like old electronics, vintage knickknacks, glassware, Pyrex, stuff like that. So we're gonna go check it out, see what it's like. So welcome to vlog 31. I'm Steve, and let's go find some money. But first, before we go to the other place, I have to stop at Goodwill. Men's FootJoy Icon golf shoes. Could be upwards of $50, $60 used. But now look at this, how they price them here. Very cool bottoms with that design. $15. Look at the rips and cracks in the bottom. Both pairs totally cracked right through, and they charge you $15. Here's another pair of Icons, same exact thing. $15 with totally cracked bottoms. Here's a cool backpack, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turtle shell backpack. They want 10 and they want to sell for like maybe 20. Alright, with all the fakes Goodwill sells, I just spent like 10 minutes trying to verify a Coach bag that they have marked for $4, and it's real. Here's a really cool item, Fanta design, and it's like an old-fashioned napkin dispenser where the napkins come out on the sides. Asking $4, but there's really no big value in it. They sell for like $15. It's not original vintage. Alright, so I got a couple things at Goodwill, but something really cool happened. There was a guy in there at the book section, and I wasn't scanning any books, but I've seen him before in other stores. And I could tell he's looking for autographed, author-signed books. Because he opens up the first page or two and then looks to the next book and does the same. Looks inside the cover and keeps going. He had a nice stack going. So I went over and I was like, are you looking for signed books? He's like, yeah. And he had about 15 books that were signed that he had just found in Goodwill. And he told me he's the world record holder, Guinness World Record holder, for the largest collection of author signed books. And I don't even remember the exact number. He said it was like 19,000 and something. So he said he filled up his house and then he had to rent a place because he has so many books. And that his end game is they're just going to donate them. Like there's some museum that wants to take all the books and put them like in a display. Crazy. So he gave me some good information because I told him that, I sell books on Amazon and eBay, and that once in a while, like in the past couple of weeks, I found like 5 or 6 signed. And he told me some good information about how to find value on the signed books compared to regular books and what to do with them. So it was really cool. Interesting stuff he was telling me. All right, so with that's a wrap on Goodwill. And we're going to go, I think I'm going to go buy one of my local thrifts. It's Friday, let's have some fun and find some more money. One thing that's really cool, I asked that guy, I said, what's your probably most prized autograph book that you have? And he said he has a Nelson Mandela signed book from like not too long after he got out of prison when apartheid ended, which was like the mid-90s. And he says it's valued at about $12,000 and that he picked it up in a thrift store for $2. Imagine that. All right, I'm at the next store. Here's a vintage slide Rolodex. $2, but they only sell for like 10. They're not worth value. So this is a spot where I always find the Toomey bags, but it's been a couple of months since I found one here. But they're having 50% off on all bags today. And I got a couple of good ones. But my phone's about to die. I'm going to charge while I eat lunch. and then we're gonna go by that other place that I found out where they moved to. But this is where I like to get all my bags. They pack them in there and they usually have a good selection of stuff. So here's the new spot for St. Vincent de Paul. As soon as I went in, half the store was all furniture. And the old place never really had furniture. So that took up most of their room in this place because it's not as big as it used to be. That 70s style dinette set. Check out this old blender. Told you this place had a lot of good vintage stuff. Toastmasters Serve It Hot lamp, mint condition, $5, but they're gonna sell for like 20. This is all they got for books now. They used to have half the second floor filled with more books. Used to take me hours to go through it. Definitely not as much as they used to have, not as good. But I am gonna scan this little book section. Might as well do it, right? There's racks and racks of women's clothes. And then the men's has like 2-3 aisles. All the clothes are 50% off, so I'm kind of looking through. I got one pair of jeans so far. Is the song named after the jeans, or the jeans named after the song? All right, so my excitement has died. Can't say I'm thrilled about that place. Definitely not like the old spot they had. They never had good clothing. I mean, once in a while you'd find a piece or two. But they did have a lot of vintage, like knickknacks, hard goods, glassware, you know, Pyrex, stuff like that. Electronics, very slim pickings here. And even the books, they have one little shelf here like I showed you. The other place had thousands and thousands of books. The day I scanned it, the entire place, it took me like 3-4 hours. So I got a few books and a pair of jeans. I'll show you later. All right, so I'm back home. Pretty successful day. Went to Goodwill. Then I went to a local spot that I go to like twice a week. And then after that, I didn't film much on that one because my phone battery got really low and I was scanning books in there. So I charged it after that place while I ate lunch. And then I went by that store that reopened at a new location and check that out. So let me show you what I got and we'll go through everything. So to start out, I got this game, What Do You Mean? Seal new, cost $4. And I'll show you a scan on eBay of comps, sells for like mid-20s. If you watch my videos, you know I'm always looking for the good bags. And this is a Coach bag. But I have found some fakes in Goodwill. So I really took some time and went through this. Now, first thing I looked at was the stitching, and the stitching looked very good. It was consistent, no sloppiness, no big seams, no gaps, even on top of the bag. All the stitching looked very good. Then I looked at the zipper pulls. It has a leather pull, and then the hardware underneath it is YKK hardware. There's a brand of zipper, YKK. Coach uses YKK zippers. You won't see it on the pull because they use leather pulls. But if you look on the piece that attaches, on the side of it, it'll be a YKK. So that looked good. It's got some branding on the side. So the bag is like a straw outer. It's got a leather wraparound bottom and a leather interior, but the satin finish inside. So everything looked good. And when I opened it up, so when you look at the plate inside, okay, on the bottom here, it has a serial number. And if I looked it up, that will tell you if it's fake or not. So I looked up that. All I did is go to Google, and I just typed in that serial number and nothing else. And then brought it up, and I found it, and this is a legit bag. And surprisingly, I mean, it's not an expensive one. Some Coach bags are not much. I don't know if you could see it. My Goodwill writes prices on everything. So you gotta be really idiot to just write on leather with Sharpie. But anyway, I don't know if it's gonna show up. $4. So this Coach bag was $4. So excellent condition. But it only goes for like 30 to 40. Let me see if I could pull up a comp. So if I could sell it for $30 after my $4 cost and fees, it's roughly 20. On Poshmark, it would be a $20 profit. And at the second store, I scanned through the books, and I was just there like 3-4 days ago, and it didn't really look like they put out nothing much at all. I really saw a few new books, but I found 4, 2 hardcover, 2 paperback. Cost me $4, $1 each, and altogether it's only about a $30 profit. So these will go to Amazon. And at that same place, I picked up this Swiss Gear, the Ibex model backpack. Has 1, 2, 3, like 5 different layers of pockets for your computer and everything inside. It's got protective padding. They have really cool zipper pulls. So it's a neat bag. And this bag, actually brand new, is like $80. Mint condition. The guy had just put it out. He brought out 2 of them. And he was like, hey, got some new bags today. But the other one was all tore up, otherwise I would have bought them both. So this was a good find. And all their luggage and bags were half off today. So it was marked $10, and I got it for $5. So I paid $5, and I'll try to get $30 on this bag. Here's a comp that shows the new and used. So I got this Marlboro bag. It's new in the package, and it's not a backpack. I got to open up and see exactly what kind it is. They had 2 of them. One was kind of beat up, and they had this one brand new, so I grabbed this one. This one was also marked $10, and I got it for $5. Let me open it up and see what exactly it is. All right, so this Marlboro bag is like a hiking bag. It's all like nylon, like a ballistic nylon. It's got all kinds. It's got a compartment that's in the bottom. Then this one opens up into the main, almost like it would be a big duffel bag. And this bag was also $10, so I got it for $5. I looked at the comps. I didn't find this exact one, but Marlboro bags sell good. Smoking is so bad for you, but I guess people like that brand. So I don't know exactly what it's going to go for yet. All right, so at the store I could pick up these David Bitton Buffalo jeans. I don't know if you can see it. Got a weird fading going on, like a funky. People like stuff like that. But they're in really good shape. Here's the brand. I've sold these before, and they do all right. If I price these to sell quick, I could probably price them to $25 to $30. If take a little longer, I'd probably go like $35 range. Probably gonna price these at $25. I paid $4. They're the King Slim Boot, size 38. They had all the jeans marked $8, but they have 50% off sale. I don't know if that's continuous and they just do it that way, but I wouldn't have paid more than the $4, so $4, and I'll try to get 25 out of them. And of course, I can't go anywhere without buying books. I got the Ayurveda Bible. That's kind of like an Eastern medicine, naturalistic, natural type healing book, a relationship book, and then a book on poker. So I do got to tell you a real quick story that's funny. So the other video, I think it was the last video, I showed a book that I found. It was like JoJo's Adventure, and it's some kind of anime, and it's like a backwards book where it opens backwards and it starts in the back and goes forwards. Really weird. And I put it in my video. So either way, I bought it for $1, and I was gonna put it on eBay. It sells for like, I think $12, because there was no value for Amazon. So I showed my son. I was like, check this book out, and he was like, oh yeah, I know that. Me and my friends watch that. It's like some kind of Japanese anime cartoon online or whatever. So I was like, you want the book? He's like, no. So I was like, okay. So yesterday, this was like 2 days ago. So yesterday he comes up to me. He goes, Dad, you still got that book? I was like, yeah, I didn't even list it yet. He goes, can I have it? I was like, yeah. That's why you're going to read it? She says, no, I'm going to sell it to somebody at school for $5. So, can't knock the hustle. So I gave it to him. All right, so that's everything I got today. All in all, I spent $29, and I should get about $180 back. Depends, probably a few of my items, like the books that go onto eBay, they'll be free shipping. So I'll call it like $145 net on $29 spent. So that's not too bad for one day. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please check out my other videos. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you later.